Bark, dog outside is barking. Welcome back, everyone. Today we have a snare plane. I don't think I'm going to use any other nozzle for the rest of this career. Don't know why you would. S tier. You can't. It can't be beat. Wonder, did they use this to fly in or in, but around the volcano? I'm pretty scared that sucker's going to go off while we're in the middle of a job one day. I have noticed that the Ring of Fire IRL has become super active lately. Every day I wake up to another article about earthquakes, volcanic activity. It's getting scary. It's getting really scary. I think Earth is overdue for another super volcano explosion. I don't know how long it's been since the last one. I think I know how long it's been, but I'd probably Google it and be wrong. Definitely been a while since we've had any major extinction events. I think we're overdue for one. That's not me championing for one either. I'm just saying, like it's been a hot minute. We're zooming on this wing. Where we go? Just about to get up there and do the top of it, but still. Nice. Sometimes I can't tell what's dirt and what's just a black spot on something. You know what I mean? I can't tell sometimes. But there's little black spots right there, but I guess that's part of the thing. I do like not being by the ocean. Those seagulls screaming is just too much. Come on. We get it. You're a seagull. Knock you to fuck off. Okay. Let me go around and get started on this one. Did I ding the other engine? I don't think I did. Maybe I did. Do you believe this airport manager guy? What'd he do? Into the lounge for coffee and a beer in my mind and filled in volcanic ash. It's a beer, I meant bear. I've clearly been through something. Okay, so this is volcanic ash. I guess that does kind of answer my question we've had this entire time. What is this muck and where did it come from? I guess all this black is volcanic ash and soot. He told me to clean up first. I just disturbed the other visitors. I'm the only one here. Well, he's just doing his job too. What if somebody else comes in? There may not be anybody there now, but if somebody comes in, it always bothers me about people who say that. I'm the only one here. You're the only one here right now. This is a business. I have to worry about potential customers. You banana. What if we just insulted each other by calling each other random things instead of hurtful slurs? You absolute onion ring. Oh no, why's it got to be food? Not my fat ass. Lord. Oh, look. What is that? Pelican? Some sort of bird? No, that'd be a whale. That's a whale. Based on the design down here. Okay, cool. Ooh, where did I get pelican from? Lord. I'm not a smart man. This is a cool plane design, though. You guys name everything you own? Like computers have names, cars have names, airplanes, boats have names. I never did do that. I didn't name my vehicles or anything like that. I can understand naming a boat, I guess. You name your vessel, but naming like your car? Nah, I never went that far into it, you know. I thought about it. I tried, but just couldn't come up with anything that wasn't stupid. And a nickname is fine if the car warrants a nickname, but just naming a random everyday vehicle that everybody has, that seems silly to me. Like if a car is unique in some way and warrants a little nickname, that's cool. But like, you know, your average everyday car just doesn't really need a name. I don't think this job's going to take as long as I thought it was. I'm kind of really covering a lot of ground here. What do you mean a lot? Probably be easier just to get those from when we're up top. The fire department. Oh, it's the fire plane. Okay. I didn't pay attention to that before. Well, that explains a lot. That would be why you were flying through this mess. Let's see the dirt off in that crevice. This might actually be one of those jobs, unlike the last one, where we get stuck at 1% because of some teeny tiny little speck somewhere in an engine or some sort of machinery. I mean, we'll get there. I'm not complaining. Well, I'm complaining a little. That's a little silly that can happen. Well, we've broken through the 50% barrier. We're well on our way. I bet this plane is fun to ride in. When will you be done? I don't know. I'll be done when I'm done. How dare you? When will I be done? Probably not long. We've broken 60%. Keeping an eye on a filthy pilot. Y'all all need to calm down. Filthy hobbit. Sheesh. Shit, forgot about this. Art. Stare me right in the face. Well, they're going to be the top parts. This thing. Yeah. Which, actually, that makes me think, did I bother? I see some areas under here that have been overlooked. Okay. Now it's your turn to get a good underbelly scrubbings. Oh, Lord. Yeesh. close. Just washing it off. The dirt and grind. Damn it. Hey. Any parts left up in there? Need to get got. Oh. Okay. I think it's time to move up. Moving on up to the east side. To a deluxe apartment in the sky. Fish don't fry in the kitchen. Beans don't burn on the grill. Took a whole lot of trying just to get up the hill. And now we're up in the big leagues, getting our turn at luck. It's you and me, baby, as long as we're living, ain't nothing wrong with that. Well, we're moving on up to the east side, to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky. Moving on up. We finally got a piece of the pie. I love that fucking theme song. I love the Jeffersons. That was a good show. That was a good show. I remember when Nelly did a cover of that back in the day. Whatever happened to Nelly? Does he still perform? Does he still do music? Down, down, baby, your street in the rain, baby. Ready to let it go, shimmy, shimmy, go, go, go. Pass it to me now. Light it up and take a puff. Pass it to me now. Okay. Now that we're up here on the wing and subsequently the top of the plane, or by extension, the top of the plane. This is one of those wings that lays over top. Instead of just being connected on either side. when I was a kid, growing up in the 90s, we watched a lot of TGIF, a lot of ABC programming, wholesome family programming. Granted, you know, I didn't see anything wrong with it back then. I don't guess I see anything wrong with it now. I do look back fondly on a lot of those shows. If I were to sit down and rewatch them, I'm sure I would have issues with them. You know, as a kid, I didn't understand politics. I didn't understand conservative versus liberal. I didn't know right, left. I didn't know any of that stuff. I didn't know any of that stuff. I didn't even know any of that stuff till I was a grown ass man. Just not something I learned when I was younger. School didn't teach me. Nobody in my life taught me. And if I watched TV, growing up, I didn't watch news or anything like that. There was either shows or cartoons or something, so it was all, far away from the reality of the world. And I remember having this aha moment. I think I was in my 20s or 30s. But I got to thinking about the lyrics to Full House. Whatever happened to predictability? The milkman, the paperboy, evening TV. And then I started thinking about the lyrics to Family Guy. Oh, you see today. I didn't forget how Family Guy goes. Violence in movies and sex on TV. But where are those good old fashioned values on which we used to rely? Now, a Family Guy, it's parody, it's satire. But with those TGIF shows from the 90s, it was not satire, as far as I know. It was programming meant to capitalize on nostalgia for people who grew up in the 50s and maybe the 60s. You had the Wonder Years, which did that, but the theme songs to the shows, I didn't realize at the time that a lot of those shows were like conservative. I didn't really know that ABC was conservative. I didn't know that stuff, but I look back on it now and it's like an aha moment, especially with the Full House theme song. Well, I can tell you, Mr. Theme Song Man, what happened to predictability, what happened to routine, what happened to tradition. These are not necessarily good nor bad things. Tradition tends to better be served if it's on an individual basis, maybe like a family tradition or something. But like as a nation as a whole, all of society, you can't really push conservatism or you can't force progressive ideals either to a certain extent. You got to find a middle ground there somewhere, honestly, at the end of the day. You got to let people live and let live. Some people aren't comfortable progressing as fast as everybody else. Some people aren't comfortable letting go of certain family traditions. Like maybe you and your family have the same routine at Christmas every year, it's, or Thanksgiving or whatever. But to straight up just like make it a political thing where it's like, oh, well, we're conservatives. We want the good old days. We want the good old days where women didn't have a say and blacks couldn't vote and yada yada. Like that to me is that's an extreme, and it's awful. It's terrible. But that's what that theme song is giving to me. It's very much like we want the good old days back. Okay, what good old days? Because they weren't good and old for everybody. And I think that kind of loss of dominance and loss of power is oftentimes misconstrued by like aging conservative whites, We wouldn't be in the predicament we're in today, whatever it might happen to be, if we did this, this, and this. Y'all need Jesus. Remember, like that. mentality is so fucked up, so ignorant, so black and white. Just, but I did like those shows. They did tend to, lean on good morality and, you know, what have you. They weren't really hurting anything as far as I can remember. Just good old, good old family values that you want to teach to your kids, I guess, in a bubble. Like I think back to watching Family Matters and Boy Meets World and stuff like that, and even Sabrina. I can't think of any. And again, I haven't seen these shows in years and years and years. I go back and watch them today. There might be glaring red flags, but as far as I can remember, I don't think they were problematic. If anything, I think they were progressive while trying to hold on to the old ways. I don't know. It's very weird era of programming. Because even prior to the ABC TGIF lineup, shows were trying to be progressive over the years. So I don't know. I don't know. I will tell you this. This is something I've not talked about on the show, and I'll go ahead and pop this bad boy out right here and get this off my chest. I've been thinking lately, I miss the pre-2016 era where unless somebody was a glaring public Nazi where it was their whole life, you didn't know who was awful. And I kind of miss that in a way. I miss having to vet everybody and everything. You know what I mean? If I'm going to follow somebody on social media, whether it be just some random thirst trap or whether they're into the same thing I'm into, gaming, dinosaurs, whatever it might happen to be, I have to vet everybody now. I have to click on your little Instagram profile. I have to see if there's any Bible verses. I have to see if there's any politics, any kind of crazy post. I have to see where your leanings are. I have to see whether you're, MAGA jackass. It's very tiring. And I've been doing it now since that became a thing. In and around 2016, I have to, every YouTube content creator, every single person on Blue Sky and Threads, every Twitch streamer, like anything that I look at and anybody that I want to follow, I have to know. And then I worry too, because sometimes I might be following a content creator for a couple of years and they avoid politics altogether. Like they're just like, we didn't come here for politics. We came here for kicks and giggles. We're just going to play this game or watch this show or whatever. And you're like, yes, I can get a break from the terrible reality in which we live. Then you follow them for like 3 or 4 years. And then one day in a heated moment, something political will come up and they start talking about it. And that's when you learn, and it breaks your heart, that they're trash. I've had that happen. More than once. So it's, I kind of do yearn for a world where you didn't have to check everybody before you knew whether or not your neighbors were Nazis. That was nice. That's the world I grew up in, a world of ignorance. Squeak by and get up here so I can get this. But it is tiring. Years ago, in the earlier days of my YouTube channel, I tried to shout out people to, whether they be IRL friends, other content creators. I was like, yeah, go watch this person. Go watch. No. Not doing that anymore. The only place I really do that anymore is when I make my Jurassic World videos, the non-gaming videos. If we're like watching somebody else's YouTube video and doing a reaction to it, clearly I'm like, okay, you need to go to their channel, subscribe. We're using their content. I didn't make this. We're just doing a reaction. That's about as far as I'll go anymore with promoting Now there are a few people in my Discord who also stream. They don't stream every day, but I've added them at the bottom of my Twitch page. It's the least I can do. But like, I'm not gonna openly like, before we get started today, I want you guys to go over and follow this person, this person. No, I'm not doing that anymore. That's bitten me in the ass before in the past, and I'm not doing that anymore. I feel like over the years I've mentioned who my friends are. I've mentioned where you can find them and online and what they do, and again, most of my friends that do stream might do one stream a year at best, if that. I don't know. I'm the streamer in the friend group. I'm the one who does it every day, just about. Forgot about this spot right here. Right here. Now, can I get down here without completely falling? Ooh, I made it. Hee, I got it. Okay. Now we start looking for that little spot here and there that I missed. Spamming that button. Spam it. Spam it. Spam it. Spam it. Spam it. Damn it. Oh shit. Oh, he came in hot. Look at that. Oh, oh, damn, dude. That, oh, I see a spot. I see several spots. Where am I? My brain glitched. Get in there and get that. Ooh, a list. That actually helps me a lot. Nose lights. Miss the nose lights? I did. Nose sensor. How did I miss the sensor? All right, I guess we're climbing back up. That nose sensor might be the last thing. Eh. Yep. The job's quick. That did not take us long. All the other jobs take like an hour, hour and a half. But these vehicles are usually just like boom, boom, boom.